Hello, welcome to the review of Truth About Six-Pack Abs by Mike Geary. This is Tom Gifford, and right now we're going to answer the question, does the Truth About Six-Pack Abs ebook suck, or is it a useful product? Now, before we get started with the review, I want to mention one thing. Right now, you might be thinking, is this another overhyped BS review? And you've probably seen them before, where basically the person doing the review turns it into an advertisement as opposed to an honest review. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tell you what I liked and disliked about the product, and I will let you make up your own mind then. I'm not going to say the product is about to change the world or bring peace to certain areas, but it will certainly help you to lose some body fat if you follow the program. One thing I want to encourage you to do is to watch until the end. I actually have a pretty funny story about when I met the author Mike when I was in West Palm Beach, Florida. And you can see in the picture there's Mike on the left and there's me on the right. And I have an interesting story about that you can certainly check out at the very end of this presentation. So what is this Truth About Six-Pack Abs book? If you're not familiar with it, it's currently the best-selling fitness ebook in the world. It is a diet and exercise program, right? So it's not just a diet, not just a couple random workouts, and it's based on lowering your body fat percentage, and it will help you gain some lean muscle mass too. Not like a bodybuilder, right? Just kind of like the lean muscle mass that gives you some definition and some tone, but you know, you're not going to be competing against Ronnie Coleman or anything. So what did I like about the book? Well, I found it to be very comprehensive, both from a theoretical and a practical perspective. It gives you a lot of theory to kind of explain the concepts to you, but then it also gives you the specific workouts for you to do as well. So I found it to be very well-rounded in that regard, right? So you kind of get the whole picture, not just kind of like bits and pieces of, certain things. It doesn't use any ab lounges or weight loss pills or long cardio workouts or, seated chest press machines or anything like that. It's based a lot with body weight training and using a lot of exercises that really work your whole body. And finally, there's 8 killer abdominal workout routines. And these ab workouts are pretty tough. If you can do the last one and do 2 rounds of it, you are in pretty good shape because it is definitely a challenge. Just a couple more things. One thing I liked about it was it can be accommodated for people of different fitness levels, right? So if you're beginner, intermediate, or advanced, there's workouts for you in there. The nutrition section I liked probably the most. I think Mike recently released an update for the book, so I think he added a lot to it, but when I read it, it was about 30 or 40 pages, and I felt like it was just enough nutrition information to show you what you need to do, but not adding a ton of kind of like fluff information that just kind of takes up space. And I think that's important because most people are just kind of on like information overload when it comes to what to eat. So I found that part to be useful. It was to the point, but it was thorough enough, if that makes sense. And finally, it shows you a cool trick that you can use to strategically cheat and still lose weight. It kind of has to do with taking advantage of how your body processes hormones and how it processes food at the same time and the effects they have on each other. So I thought that was pretty cool. And what did I dislike about the program? Well, a lot of the exercises in it were very traditional, right? Like things with barbells and some dumbbells and stuff like that. And personally, I like to use things like stability balls and bands. I like to use medicine balls, kettlebells, that kind of thing, right? So I found it to be very basic in that regard. It's a lot to take in at once if you read the whole thing. I think it's like 140-some pages with a new update. I'm not exactly sure, but when you read the whole thing from start to finish, you know the concepts, but it is a lot to take in, so I would recommend reading it, 2 or 3 times, just to make sure you have everything. The one thing is you need a gym for a lot of the exercises in it. So if you can only work out at your house and you have no other option, this might not be the best choice for you. And I wish there was a little bit more about cardio training in there, because I work in the fitness industry, and I find that one of the places that people go wrong the most is doing just way too much cardio. And there is a section about cardio in there, and it does a decent job of explaining it, But I wish there would have been, a little bit more in there that kind of pinpoints why this is such a mistake to do way too much. So, is the truth about abs for you? If you're looking for something that requires no work, obviously the answer is no. The workouts are hard. You stick to the diet plan, then it will work. But if you're looking for like a pill, then this isn't going to be a good choice. And if you're a bodybuilder looking to get jacked, right, then this is not going to be for you. This is based on making your body smaller, lowering your body fat, and increasing a little bit of lean muscle mass. If you're currently at a plateau, or if you want to just start losing weight, then I would recommend it. I would say it's definitely a decent program for that. And I'm confident that if you follow the program consistently for 6 to 8 weeks, and I forgot to put weeks in there, you will lose a significant amount of weight by doing it, because you're combining the 3 aspects to create kind of that synergistic effect, right? Diet, strength training to raise your metabolism, and interval-based